nervous, but we gonna work it out. I got some great support here in the building. He ain't want to be on camera, so I ain't gonna put him on the spot. Shout out to Jesse. Jesse basically opened up this opportunity for me, so I want to say shout out to Jesse. Let me continue on the 419 No Facts Given podcast. This was his baby that he started off, so it's my pleasure to continue. So thank you. And I want to shout out my special guest tonight, the Armstrongs. Yeah, go ahead. Say, you know.
Hola.
So we're just going to get straight into it. The discussion tonight will be, it's a couples topic, I believe, and I also want to open it up to people who may not be in relationships or who have been in relationships before. It's opened up to everyone, but I felt Tiara and Ramon would be the perfect couple to speak on this. Yeah, y'all know I look up to y'all.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good.
So, we good to keep on? Okay. The discussion in the topic is, do men stick with a female while she is trying to better herself? So that's our topic for tonight.
First off, I wanna ask you, where did you get that topic from?
Facebook.
Okay. Well, how
Got
you
it
want to
from
handle
Facebook.
this? How you want to handle this? Oh, it's a good one. Do men stick around if they need to let their female
While she's trying to better
counterpart
herself.
get herself together?
Yes.
I believe they do. I want to believe they do. You know, it's a 50-50 thing, I want to say. I can't speak for majority of men. You know, don't matter the race, you know, color or creed or whatever. But I believe if the man follows the creator, our creator, God himself, then he should allow his woman to better herself, because that will furthermore better himself in the long run.
Okay. It's no facts given.
I agree. I don't know. Like I said, I can't speak for everybody else.
Right.
I can only speak for me and us on behalf of us, but mine did. So.
He does.
For a long time.
Long time.
I think it's safe to say that I think you should be able to have that opportunity to get yourself together in the midst of your relationship. But as long, I mean, you have to have someone who understands that,
Right.
and is willing to, what is the word I'm looking for? See the good in the situation. Sometimes when you go in something, you can't see it, but you're hoping and wishing for that long run process. So I think if in your heart you can see the long run, then by all means. I mean, it's not about to be a thing that drags on, but take the time necessary.
And we can counter that too. So I believe the way this question was posed, like it was a Facebook topic, of course. I believe the stigma had become that females are always supposed to just, hold their man up, and that's just that. And that it's not really talked about on how the man supports the female during the process and the male's perspective of it and how they feel. I think it's just always looked at like, okay, you're a woman, so you're supposed to hold everything down. But in the long run, we depend on the men just as much. And I feel like the men really don't get enough credit, because it's a lot to deal with us women.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I mean, it's like I said from the jump, it's 50-50. I do believe, that women should hold their man down and stick with them through thick and thin, the ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights. And I think women should reciprocate that.
Are they saying
I
they
mean,
can't hear?
men should reciprocate that for their lady.
Right, right. You got to bring our mics in, y'all. All right. Can y'all hear us now? I'm sorry. Yes,
Am I
Tisha,
too
thank
low?
you.
Am I
Reinvest
too
the
low?
profit.
It's hard to hear.
We gonna get it together, y'all. Thanks for working with us.
Bars. Bars.
Yeah. 42. Hey, he done went platinum, okay? He got that on Apple Music. Dude probably about to be on tour. Can't hear it. All right. Thank y'all. So yes,
1, 2, 3, 4.
okay, they couldn't hear you, T. So go ahead and repeat what you said.
Oh, I was on the fly.
I'm supporting you. I'm supporting you while you
See,
get it together.
right here. Husband's right here, okay?
No, I was saying I think that it should be allotted for it to be 50-50 for the man to give his woman time if needed, but then vice versa. And then again, like I said, you have to be able to see the long run. Like, is there some type of benefit from it? You know, not financial or anything like that, but is it a situation that's good for you to be in?
Right.
How does it benefit you physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually? And if the answer to majority of those are yes, then by all means, you got to ride it out. But if not, then you might have to make a sacrifice and decide what's best for you. And then y'all have to come and reevaluate, you know, what's best for y'all.
Right.
So,
And I want to say maybe every couple situation is different because you have some couples where the man is the breadwinner, wife works from home, or both are breadwinners trying to come to a common ground. I believe the stigma also has been that the woman has to be the cook, clean. We got to do they want the old school granny wife, you know, from back in the day. But then she also working, running a business, wearing many hats. So I think that's something we have discussed before on how women are coming to a point to where we're okay with saying what we need help with and not taking it on all by ourselves, especially when it's a two person's household that's getting to it. Come on, share the responsibility.
right.
Especially when there's both two people trying to go after goals.
Right.
So I want to say, for me personally, I know it's a bonus and a great thing to have somebody that supports you and while you're trying to get it together, because a lot of times we think we have to have it together. Or, oh, well, he's not going to want me if I don't have it together. But who actually does?
Right.
Because I feel like yes, a lot of times we may think we have it together, then we really don't. And we're so used to taking on everything by ourselves. Men have a problem doing this, and women. You forget you got a partner sometimes.
Right.
Like, what you stressing by yourself for? Don't say anything, don't communicate. And then, like, I know me personally, like, I can tell when something's going on with my spouse, my significant other. But men, I think y'all egos like, nah, I don't want wifey to know I'm going through this.
That's a man's quality. We tend to hold in a lot and try to continue on throughout the day, continue on throughout the week, continue on throughout the month, throughout the year, without letting things that may be bothering us, things that may be bothering our household, our family, our friends. We try not to let that come in between what we're trying to accomplish. We do hold a lot in. We do, from time to time, keep a lot on our shoulders and a lot on our backs. And, you know, we continue to strive. I think that's in every man. I think that's our human nature, you know, to bear a lot without showing that we are bearing a lot, if that makes sense.
Right. And I think that is what it is. And then sometimes I think, and every man is different. Some men know how to communicate and show it better. Some don't. And I think what I've known and what I've seen and what I hear a lot is that men, I want men to get to a place to where they're comfortable with being able to express themselves. Because I think the more we get used to it, it's not shocking to us. So, as women, we always want our man to be okay. I know you. I know my sister same way. If our man's not like, come on, my baby ain't right. Your day not gonna be cool.
Don't ask me nothing that ain't
Yeah,
related to my household.
if it's not about my hubby right now, I can't answer because I gotta figure out what's going on at home first. Right. But then with y'all, like with me, ain't no telling what it could be. But we think as women, it's just so big. It's big to us. Like, okay, well, what's wrong? Okay, you got to tell me right now. No, you ain't. And then y'all probably like, man, see, that's why I'll tell your ass nothing.
You made something big, or something
you make
small,
it, yes. Chill out. I'm trying to tell you, it ain't that big of a deal. And then we like, well, because we can tell y'all energy.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like if you're with a man or a woman and they can't tell that you were having a bad day, or they can't tell nothing wrong with you,
that ain't the one.
Ain't the one for you.
That ain't the one.
Y'all not in tune, cause
it's what you're not saying that you should be paying attention to.
Yeah, like what you so occupied? Yeah,
demeanor, and if you are saying something, and I'm listening to what you're saying, but I'm really listening to what you're not saying, because somewhere in there you're telling me something that I'm not grasping right away. Like I know, for example, he'll be like, I just need some space, let me be. But then I'm like, well, dang, you don't want to be next to me, like what I do to you. But I've learned that he just need time to gather his thoughts.
Yep.
And then he'll come back to the situation when he's ready. Now his time frame and my time frame is two different things, because
totally
you said give me some time. Time for me is you got about an hour, then we can reevaluate. Sometimes I may come back 20 minutes after, like, did you think about it? But it may be a day or so for him. And that's something I think I had to learn a lot over time. And trying to learn that, we bumped heads so much because he's like, I said, give me time. When I'm ready to talk, I'll talk.
And you wanted to figure it out right then and there.
Yeah, because it'd be weeks on out. Like,
it's like, me, I'm a logical thinker. I can't pop fly off at the mouth, because I might say something that I don't mean. I may not say it how I mean to say it. It might just come off the way I'm thinking it.
Right.
I never want that, because somebody be like, damn, this nigga tripping. Like, he hate me. And it don't be that. So give me some time for my thoughts to process, and let me organize the way I want to handle this conversation.
Okay.
Give me my space.
That's not me. I'm an emotional thinker. I'm going to say what I feel in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And like most women, I know probably 90% of us do this. If we've said what we need to say, we still playing the conversation in our head. And I'm running back to things I didn't say. So now I'm coming back to the argument because I forgot what I needed to put in this insert right here and there.
Hey, and at that time,
I don't know if
he probably just, look.
I don't play it in my head.
See? And that's where the differences are.
I don't play it in my head.
It just come right off.
It come right out. And
don't even think first.
I don't.
Yep.
That's why. Go ahead, say what you got to say. Oh, for it? Okay. All right. Oh, all right. And I'm sitting there. Can't say that. I can't say that. Like.
So why do you? Okay. So let's talk about that. So in these instances, because I want to say a lot of men are the same way. They are when it comes to like conflict, or even if it's just a bad day in communication in itself. So when you say you can't say that, do you think it's because of how it's going to come off? Like, why? Because I feel like that could be contributing to why, stuff gets bottled up, because you're thinking too much on how to, instead of it just expressing how you feel, trying to find the right words. Like, do you think it'll come off a way where the other person will shut down? Or does it depend on your mood? Like, if you're angry, or if you chill, or...
D, all the above. D. That's my final answer. I would say, yeah, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. Just misinterpretation. I might say something in my head. I'm thinking, praying, hoping you take it this way,
Right.
but the way your emotions are set up, you're going to take it that way.
I think that's just something
We're emotional beings.
we're emotional, and then sometimes
Men are too, but we just have a different way of showing it. Some of us are more emotional than others. Some are not emotional at all until they hit that peak where it's like all that emotion comes out at once.
okay.
You're not going to get bits and pieces so you can understand it. It comes out when it's supposed to come out, and when it comes out, that's when it's supposed to come out.
Okay. So
And it could be something from like 6 months ago that you thought was over with, and
it ain't over
because he never addressed
and they didn't
it.
say nothing.
So now you addressing it, and it's like, well, wait a minute, like that's not even what we were supposed to be talking about.
Y'all hold shit in too.
We do not as long though. I think it's harder but it depends on the woman, because some women can't hold things in. I know I don't like to. So I think we just like to get it out the way. Put all our feelings and emotions on the table. I know I do. I can't hold it in. I'll probably give myself maybe 2 days max. No, I give myself 24 hours. I can't hold it. I can't hold stuff in.
I can't. It depends on what it is. Like if it's something that has made me emotional, like to the point where I'm angry and I'm gonna cry anyway because I'm a cry baby. But if it's that bad, then I have to say it right then and there. Or if my feelings is hurt, like then and there, I have to say it. If it's something minor, or you may think it's minor, but maybe it's major to me, then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hold that one in this time. But it's gonna come back out next time when it's time for it to come out. And you gonna know that it was supposed to come out next time.
This way.
Yeah. Like, yep.
Okay. Hold on. We got some comments here. I didn't mean to miss y'all. So it says, hey, Mom. You have to hold each other down. We both have different needs that are supposed to complement each other. And that's right. And I feel like that's why communication is so important, because your needs, I think it's hard to balance, actually. And I think no one really talks about that, because while your spouse or your significant other may have their needs that they're trying to address, you could have your own personal needs as well. But I think a lot of times we always try to suppress our own needs to take care of, your partner's needs. So I feel like maybe, I don't know, I guess it's like trial and error on how to juggle that, because I feel like, we want our needs to be met around the board. And then I know me personally, I'm like, I don't want you to just keep suppressing what you need. So how about we talk about it? Let's put it on the table and let's see how we can both work on each other if it's possible.
Right.
And see, okay, well, like, or prioritize it. But I think no one likes to have those conversations. And then sometimes life just like stuff just happens so much. It's like to even think about it.
Yeah.
But I feel like we have to start making that type of stuff a priority to me. Because we make everything else a priority. Like we get up, we go to some, for the people who aren't just sole entrepreneurs, we get up, we go to our businesses, we go to our jobs every day. And we just go. We just do the day-to-day thing. And then a lot of times our issues, if there are any, have to be worked out during the day. Y'all ain't even around each other. They still got to go on. Still got to work the issues out. Then when you get home.
I'm quick to send a text message. I got
all this time. Ain't nobody, look, we sent paragraphs.
But see, that's the thing with that. And we had a discussion about that a long time ago. I'm not about to conversate with you, argue with you, debate with you through text.
Yeah.
Because that right there is the biggest. Hello?
Oh, we got a caller, y'all.
Oh, amen.
All right, you finish out, and then we. All right.
No, I was just saying that, through Texas, if we're gonna talk about something, let's talk face to face.
Right.
I'd rather that, because you can say one thing and feel something totally different through text. You're not gonna be able to read emotions off of text messages.
Yeah, it can come off the wrong way. All right, we have a caller. Who do we have the pleasure with speaking with this evening? Thanks for calling in to No Facts Given.
In and out. I'm a truck driver. Oh man, I can't complain, man. I'd rather be on the beach with a margarita in my hand right now. There you go. But no, only thing I was gonna say was, but you have some women that was just like, all right, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about this. And I'm like, bro, just give me some time, please, because what I'm thinking in the back of my head might come out in a whole total different form. That the tongue is the sharpest thing on a person's body, and it might come out in a way where you might take it that, oh, he just really went in on me like this, and we really don't mean it like that. But if you just let us sit back, relax. If we go to another room, please don't follow us. Just let us think. Let us think. Give us that space. Like, if I be like, all right, babe, please, for real, we're gonna do this right now. I walked away for a reason. Let me think. Because if I actually say what I want to say in the back of my head, feelings will get hurt. And some women, they get into that mode of start throwing shit. Are you freaking kidding me? Damn it. I'm like, for real. Now we gotta go. Now we gotta go buy some more damn dishes. Now we got, yeah. But no. But what I'm saying is, but you have some women like that. But true. But it and right there, right what you just said. That whole little phrase. I want to figure this out right now.
Mm-hmm.
We might not want to be like, in the back of our head, be like, okay, please, Lord, please. Let somebody call her on the phone to distract her.
And I was just about to say that too. Like, I think it's very important as women that you have a support system, like a strong support system, because
No.
I don't mean
What goes on in the house, stay in the house.
No,
I'm just talking about.
I disagree with
I'm
that.
just talking about just to distract you, to get you out of the room for a minute. That's all I'm talking about. I'm not.
If y'all in the same house, brother, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
She gonna get distracted for a split second. Come right
And then
back.
come right back.
Absolutely.
Come right back.
Mm-hmm.
But what I mean by support system is, like, I get the whole, I think that's our issue, is we grew up with that whatever happens in the house stays in the house type
Stays
thing.
in the house.
And it caused so much trauma with our parents and even with the kids being involved, because I wasn't able to speak on how I feel. What I meant by support system is, no, I don't mean run to your mom or your mother or your significant other's mother or something like that. But I know for me personally, I have a group of sisters, and we're not biological sisters, but blood could make us closer, and we're all married. Or in the process of getting married. So I know for me, when I'm wrong, they'll call me out and tell me I'm wrong. And when I'm right, they'll be the ones to amp me up when I'm right, but they're going to tell me when I'm wrong first, which gives me the time that I need, and also the time that you may need, or my husband needs, to think about what's going on. And sometimes we'll talk about the situation for, 30, 40 minutes or whatever the case may be. And by the time we get off the phone, everybody's laughing and we're in a good space.
Yeah,
so I didn't calm down.
Yep.
From being
That's when we
upset.
try to sneak out the door.
Oh, see, and just depending on that may start up something else.
Yeah, so you on something
save
right
you
there.
from
bro.
that.
Yeah, see, you gotta. It sounds
Like,
like
okay,
you gonna have to.
She's distracted.
Nah.
No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, because that's gonna start a whole nother fire. Her friends done put it out a little bit, and then you done dipped off.
So now I'm calling back
Like this nigga done left.
We all about to pull up.
Like,
Where you
listen,
going?
hold
We
on.
only can go 4 places. Let's go which 4 places?
But on a serious note, though, and like I said, I understand what bruh's saying. Just give me some time. Let me think about how I'm about to get ready to phrase everything. Because if you want me to say what I really want to say,
We can have
it
that
might come
conversation.
across in a it might come across a whole nother way, but the tongue is the sharpest thing on a person's body. That's like a double-edged razor. It cuts both ways.
Yep. Yep, you are so right. Well, we want to thank you for calling in. Make sure you tune back in with us next Monday.
What's your name, brother?
All right. Marlon.
Marlon.
All right,
Appreciate
what's
you,
up, Marlon?
You,
All right, nice talking to you. You be safe on that road.
All right, y'all have a good one.
You too.
Man.
Thank you.
I don't know. Sometimes I think you need that one good conversation where y'all both just
put it on the table.
Say what you need to say.
Yeah.
Because I think in that point, and we've had maybe 2 of them where it was just, I'm going to say what I need to say, you say what you need to say, but it didn't turn out well, but it made you think like, dang, that's really how you feel? And it may not have been, it may be what he felt in the moment, but it may not have been meant to come out that way. So now I understand what he means when he says, I just need a moment.
Right. You understand it.
And I'm thinking about the conversation we had when you did go off. So I'm like, okay, I don't want that because I've been and cried. Like,
yeah. Like, yeah, I'm going to wait. You done learned your lesson.
Take your time.
Yeah, take your time,
text
babe.
me when you can.
Just, like, be careful. I love
Call
you.
me when you can.
I trust, like, now your trust level has to be there.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't trust that person, then you going to start thinking, like, oh, he about to run off, or his space. Men's space and women's space does not mean that they are talking to someone else or seeing someone else. And I think people just have to understand people need their space.
I think that comes with maturity, though.
I was just about to say that. Get out my head, man.
Oh, I mean,
come on, y'all sync. That's how it be. When y'all sync like that, y'all be thinking about the same thing being said it, or be like, oh, babe, I just was about to say that.
It comes with maturity.
It does. All right. It says, yep, that's what my stepmom said. She said it takes maturity to be able to voice what you, and that just may be the space and time to calm down and process. That's true. Javon Haythorne said, yeah, men need space. We don't play. Wait, yeah, men need space when we don't want to talk. We just want to play our game. Oh, goodness.
Oh, is that what's the face?
That's my boy, Vaughn.
Listen, I thank you for him because, yeah, I'm cool with him being downstairs in the living room yelling at the TV. That is perfectly fine with me. I'm good with that. So thank you, Javon. I appreciate your support.
And that goes back to what you said about having that good support system. That supports your union, because there's no point in talking or venting to somebody who don't even rock with who you are with, because they first thing is gonna be like, oh, well, that's the total opposite of what you need to help your situation.
Right.
I know.
I think that's important on both ends for men and women.
Yeah.
You know, myself, I have a couple of my childhood friends that I keep in contact with, and you know, we're all in relationships, and you know, they'll call me like, man, this is going on, and you know, what should I do? What could I do? This is what I'm gonna do, and you know, I do the same thing sometimes, and I think that's healthy within a relationship, is to have those core people that mean something not only to you but to your significant other and the family.
Right.
I think that's a good thing to have. Like she said, is a support system.
Yeah, I know me and my fiance talked about that before. And he actually he told the girls, he thanked them on my behalf. Because I will honestly say that if it wasn't for us having our sisterhood and you all being married and already going through our trials and tribulations, I don't know if we would be here, because I wouldn't know how to deal with the situations. I wasn't used to actually trying to come up with a solution. My solution was deuces. That was me. Like, somebody couldn't even say nothing wrong to me. It was, oh, for real? They'd be like, wait, what happened?
Like it though. She
like,
it'll be 1 minute, next minute she's like, oh, well, I mean, it is what it is. And be cool. Like, wait a minute.
Like,
you
whatever.
Think about what happened.
Hey, they hit me up like a week later, like, man, but would you seriously, like, just ain't, no, I'm cool. I'm cool. I don't even want to talk about it no more. I don't even want to talk to you, so you have a good life. Like, wait, what happened? Like, I thought we had a misunderstanding. But I just wasn't in that capacity. I had to grow. I want to say one thing, you know, with me preparing to get married, it's a whole lot that I'm learning and that I had to grow into. And I had to learn, like, I got to chill. I had to learn my toxic traits. I had a lot of them.
A round of applause for your growth.
Still working on it.
We all are.
We all are.
We're
But
ever changing.
That goes back to, you know,
Right.
and that goes back to our topic. Like, I think that's a big part of the whole thing on trying to support someone while they're trying to get themselves together. That person has to show that they're actually trying too,
Right.
or that they want to better themselves and get out of the situation that they're currently in.
Right.
Because I feel like it'd be hard for anybody to try to keep supporting someone that just is like,
Ain't doing shit.
ain't doing nothing.
Excuse my Spanish.
Right. Well, French.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's in, I guess, every part.
In
of it.
every-
'Cause it could just be like, I mean, maybe it's a job, but it can also be your personal growth too. Like,
Yes. Oh, the personal growth is the most important.
that's the hardest part of growth.
That is.
Damn it, I could lose a job tomorrow and get another one.
Yeah.
But for me to grow overnight, like, that takes time.
Hard.
That it's a process, and a lot of times people get with someone thinking that person's gonna fix them. Can't nobody fix you.
And you can't fix nobody.
Yes, it's like a team effort of helping each other get past. It's so many factors that go into play. Childhood traumas, things that, you know, we all have our own toxic traits, depressions. It's so much that every couple
Sometimes it's
goes
not a
through.
trait though. Sometimes this is just being honest. You just don't want to give up what you're so used to doing.
Yeah,
Like, why do I have to? For the sake of, at that point, was a relationship, or even going into, you know, being newlyweds. It was kind of like, I gotta let go of some things of me in order for us to be a we.
yeah.
Like that was hard.
Ooh, say that again.
Wait, okay.
Bars. But it's less of you. You have to give up some things of you in order for an us to be a we.
Yeah,
Like, us and we is two different things. Like, that's a you and an I versus a we. We are a union, and that's totally different. I think my husband can speak for himself in regards to me, but I know, like, I it took some time. I'm a selfish person. I have a big heart, but I'm selfish when it comes to things that are mine.
right.
If that makes sense. Especially being the only girl and the oldest. I didn't have to share with nobody. So why all of a sudden do I have to share? Now, granted, I still don't share food, but a lot of things I wasn't okay with giving up until I was in a situation where me being selfish was getting ready to lose everything around me. If
Right.
that makes sense.
So you had to identify that. You had to identify that
Oh,
and work on
absolutely.
that, so that, because you seen how it affected him.
Yeah.
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 I just think for a relationship to work, a serious, committed relationship to work, you got to fix some things within yourself first, without expecting people to change or your significant other to change before you make an attempt to.
Right.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
It was some things that, you know, I was doing or not doing back then that she wanted to change, and vice versa. And we, you know, throughout the years, we just came to realization that I can't change you. You can't change me. We have to change ourselves so we can change together
Right.
and become better. And it's been working.
And it's not an overnight
working.
process.
For real.
I think a lot of people think it's just gonna come.
Oh, hell no.
It's not an overnight process. It takes time, and I think that's where
you might revert back
A few times.
you know, and not necessarily toxic traits, but you know, just old habits that, you know, you might not do this one week and might do it down the line. And
right.
you might go back and slip up a couple more times, but if you continue to put that work in and continue to work on yourself with your significant other, with your partner, then y'all can achieve it. You know,
Yeah.
if that's what y'all want to do.
Right. But to me, I feel like who wouldn't want to achieve that? You know, but everyone's. I have to take a step back and say, we're in an era now where everyone's relationship goals are different.
Mm-hmm. Which is why you should be your own.
That's why you have to be your own goals, and you can't base, because there's some people who are just with people. Some people look at relationships just as a business partnership. There's somebody I'm screwing, and it's about business
or a status.
Like everyone's goals. So I guess that's the first thing, is to like, okay, what is our common ground here? Are we in this in the long run to grow old together and work this thing out, actually be a team? Or is this just for when the stuff is good, when the money good, when business good? Or are you just with me because the sex is good? Because that's a lot of times people don't think of that.
You need a trophy.
Or yeah, some people just want the trophy wife or the trophy husband. Don't care what they do. As long, I don't care what you do during the day. As long as you come home, you show up to every event with me, looking good, looking fly, and we go home, don't even speak to each other.
You sleep in two different rooms.
Might not even be in the same house.
May not even be in the same house. Like, you would be surprised at the type of arrangements people have. And then a lot of times, some people are just groomed or accustomed to it because that's what they seen in their own households.
Right.
Or that's what they seen their mom and dad do. And it's crazy, there are some women who teach their daughters, you marry the money. It don't matter what he do. He can beat you, he can cheat on you, but he got to make sure he can provide for you. And that's the goal. There's some men who teach their sons, hey, she got to be a housewife. She ain't allowed to work. Her place in the home. And, I mean, that's just how they were grown.
That's a cycle, though.
It's a cycle, yeah.
And I think what I love most about our generation is
we're breaking them.
We're generational breakers. Like, we're not living by a code of what marriage may have looked like 50 years ago.
Yeah.
With all the trauma behind the door. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, I don't want that marriage. If granddaddy was across, look, I'll get cussed out my own granddaddy. Yes, listen. If he was across town with a wife and I got I'll cuss my granddaddy out. You know, being the generation we are now, like, granddaddy, you wrong. And I hope granny, look, come on, granny, what you want us to do? Granddaddy, I love you, but you ain't supposed to be cheating. You know, but back then,
what you doing over here, Earl?
Earl knew what he was doing. Earl had about 3 homes. And then how was it? What they say? You found out who everybody was at the funeral.
At the funeral, that's toxic.
Like, you look.
I've seen a couple of them. Man,
done passed away. Now here come all these people with kids. How would you just think? How a woman would feel? You up there trying to mourn your husband, and this woman walked through the funeral with about 4 kids, and they all your husbands? Listen.
Tragic.
He went out before anybody could find out. He took that secret to the grave for real.
Man, listen. So yeah, I don't want that. Now there was that generation of men who took pride in being a good husband and a provider. We ain't talking about them. We talking about the ones where Granny had to withhold a lot.
Traits. Like, I realized in I think it was the passing of his grandfather, a lot of things his grandfather did, he does.
Okay.
Those are traits that he picked up.
Okay. So would you call it genetics? Possibly.
I don't know if it would be genetics, though, because I can't say that, because there's some that came from that generation that don't do some of the things that his grandfather did. Like, they have the core principles of it, but the total package, no. But there's some things that he also does that I can see from the environment that he picked up those type of habits.
Okay.
And even in his growth, there's some things he realized wasn't going to work and he had to let go of.
Yeah.
And I think the same goes for me. Like, if you compare me to my mother or my grandmother, you know, it's not the same. There's some traits from them I've picked up and things, good qualities that I hold that are values and morals. But there's also some things that I'm like, that's not going to work for me.
Not going to work for you.
Or I tried it and
it ain't work.
It didn't work for
that
me.
ain't going to work for you and your husband. It's just not going to fit.
It's not working for me. It's not working for me. No. You can't do that.
Like it's not
And then
welcome.
it goes back to the maturity because we're mature enough to call each other out on it. Like,
Right.
He'll be quick to be like, yeah, you can take that back to wherever you got that from. Like, that's not
I ain't
gonna
feeling
work.
it.
Yeah, or I'll be like, you know what, babe, that's not okay with me.
Right.
You know, or I'll say something smart and he'll catch it like, okay, maybe this ain't what I'm supposed to like. He'll be like, you don't like that? Like joking, but I'm like, no.
No, like I really don't like that.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah. That happens.
But we can laugh about it.
Yeah.
And be okay about it and move on. We ain't like, dang, he don't like this or she don't like this. And, you know, we constantly arguing about it. So I that's definitely maturity.
It's
Like,
definitely some comedic relief within that. You know, she talks about my family sometime. I talk about her family sometime. You know, we're going to keep that in our household. We ain't going to say no names. So
Right.
don't even ask us. You know, but it's out of love and respect.
Right.
You know, it's nothing like we bashing them, but it's like, you know, she'll slide a little joke in. Oh, okay, I'll slide my joke in, but I ain't gonna do that same. I'm gonna catch her off guard. But that comes with we're able to pick, you know, the traits that are good and bad
that you want to keep
that
and
we
hold.
would like to keep and hold.
Yeah.
You know, so
and the
with-
bad ones we talk about.
yeah, we talk about it.
We do. We talk
So,
about
but-
them and the trait.
Y'all been married. Tell everybody how long y'all been married for.
We
Long-
just
long
said,
time. Long time.
okay. Is that long? It's
No,
been
we've
a
been
long
married
time.
6 years. 6 years.
So it took a lot of trial and error to learn.
It took a lot of trial and error. It took a lot,
I heard I said them
a
just,
whole lot.
them just the 6 that we've been married. That don't count.
That don't
all the
count.
years that
16 we've been together.
Together.
well, because a lot of people say after marriage it changes.
No, I don't think everything changes after marriage. There are some things that change, but the core person, the person that they are, those are things that you have to work through. Like I said, you have to let go of a you and an I for an us to become a we. That's
Right.
part of it. That's part of what changes or shifts in a marriage. But all of that stuff beforehand, to me, and baby, you can back me up or say your opinion differently. I think those things make you who you are.
What's
which-
that? What's that?
The things before.
Oh,
we got
definitely.
married,
That's
like-
definitely the base. That's definitely the foundation
Right.
of what's to come, what you expect to come. I believe that if we didn't spend those
It's 16.
16 years
All 16 of those.
together, you know, on and off and on, we wouldn't have no foundation. You know, we would just have a building.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the inside is hollow.
Right.
You know, and that building, if everybody knows, you know, whether you in construction or not, without the foundation, you got nothing to stand on. You know, I think that molded us. I believe it has molded us to where we are now, and I don't even think we've reached our peak yet.
Right.
You know, but yeah, we've been through it all. Not all of it, but we've been through a lot. A lot.
But you can speak on it though.
A lot.
A lot of
whole
times,
lot.
and that happens a lot of times. Like, and I'm just learning. Like, I learn a lot from y'all. I learn a lot from y'all. Y'all just don't know. Like, I be like, hold on. I be having my notepad out. Like, okay.
Stay tuned.
So how? Yeah,
Stay tuned.
I promise.
Get
I'll be
started.
looking like, all right. So how? Okay, this how this work. Okay, X, Y, and Z. Okay, that's how you can deal with that. Okay. Oh damn.
Yeah, I mean, hey, and hey, if you need some pointers, some advice, we'll talk later. You know, we'll discuss that. You know, I mean, but like I said, that goes back to that support system.
Yes.
Everybody doesn't have the answers, and your answer may not be the right answer at that time.
Right.
You know, it may work out later on, but you know, I'm not gonna say I take advice from everybody, but I do value opinions. You know, I value people's look from the outside.
Okay.
You know, 'cause everything may look good on the outside, but what's going on the inside. So what you see on the outside might help me, or it may help me with what's going on in the inside.
Right.
But I do believe that, you know, it is the work that you have to put in, if you have faith in it, in yourself and in your significant other, then you guys can accomplish anything you set your mind to, anything you set your heart to.
Right.
In a marriage, you want to keep your marriage your marriage. You want to keep your relationship your relationship. You know, you can't let this person, that person, this person inside, because it becomes this word that y'all using now, toxic. It starts to decay because everybody's taking bits and pieces. Everybody's giving bits and pieces, you know. And prayer works. Prayer works.
Come on, Jesus. Won't he do it? He will.
Prayer works.
He said prayer works. And I think everyone, every relationship finds what works for them. You know, we have the religious couples who, you know, pray a lot. But I think it's good to find a common ground, whether it's meditation, whether it's prayer, whatever the preference may be, to actually be consistent with it. I know that's something that I'm working on. Because we'll start something and then, I'll start something like, I think this may be a good idea for us to do. And then
we all do.
It'd be done about 2-3 weeks.
Better go back to your foundation.
Right.
Because I know if we missed it for 6 months, eventually we're going to come back to it.
Right.
Because it's rooted in us. That's what we created at some point in time. And even if we ain't doing it together, I know you're doing it on your own time and I'm doing it on my own time, which, again, we are we. So I believe, he hearing both of us whenever we do pray or, whenever we do speak out loud, because Jesus is my best friend. And I be having some words sometimes, and he speaks differently. I think we had this conversation with somebody else when they use the term as like equally yoked or whatever. Okay. And they talked about like prayer being said a certain type of way. And it was something he said, like, I talked to, what do you call him? The big guy, the man upstairs. In my own way.
Yeah, I talk. I don't, get in the whole, get on my knees and pray. And,
right, you have your own.
I may sit down. I may close my eyes. I might talk to him with my eyes open while I'm driving. Like, hey, look, she tripping today. I just got to go. I got to cut some heads. I got to get back home. Don't let her text me for like the next couple of hours, and
I don't.
Prayer works.
Because I be at work like, okay, should I do it?
Should you send that text? Should you call?
Hey, read this real quick and make sure I see it. And then by the time the message came, like, he didn't calm down enough to where it's like, okay. Or I'll FaceTime just to be on some funny stuff. And if he answer, I know we in a good space.
Right.
Because it usually be, he'll send me the voicemail or just look at the phone while it's ringing.
Man, listen, that'd be the worst. Like, I know you see that I'm calling you. Yeah, okay, so you don't want to talk this out right now?
Mm-mm.
Oh, so you really ignoring me? Don't let it be a couple hours go by.
That voicemail button is
that's terrible.
See, you gotta let it ring like 4 times.
I was about to say yours ring like 3.
Then you gotta take it down to 3 times. And then
See, he know what he be doing.
I promise you. So when I be tripping, it be for a reason because I know him. Like
yeah, now you being petty.
Yes, he'll let it ring the first time.
So
like
we
he actually
we already at odds right now, and then now you being petty. So then that just makes it. Oh, okay. All right, so yeah, we gotta pray.
Got to.
Cause you still gotta go home together.
Listen, I'm around the corner. If I could pop up, at one point in time, I would have popped up. But it worked out how it was supposed to work out. And like I said, it goes back to your support system because I know at the end of the day, my sisters has my best interests at heart.
Yes,
and they care for my husband just like their own brother.
Right.
So it's not like we on her side or we on his side. Like
sometimes.
No. Well, okay. So I'm not gonna say too much, but I will say, like, it's been times where it's like, okay, I guess what I should say is like, you should know that even at times y'all might be at odds. We still got her, and we still gonna make sure we got you. We mad at you at the time though.
Damn.
But we got her in this space, so you ain't got to worry about nothing. Because man, listen, I don't know about everybody else, but I don't do cheaters. I despise them. I don't care who it is. So if any of my homegirls or my sisters cheat, they know not to say nothing to me. They won't, because I probably chew them out worse than they spouse will. Like I would. You
I don't
wouldn't.
know about that.
Well, I would. That would be the goal. Like they wouldn't tell me. I know that.
Right, I get you.
They'll know. So it would never be that. But
I don't think the chewing out is what hurts the most. It's the not talking to me.
yeah,
That
I
bothers
can't
me
mess
the
with you.
most.
You a cheat? Oh, you cheated? Oh no, you handle that.
Like-
I ain't saying nothing to you. Can't speak to you. Won't speak to you.
That hurts the most.
Can't no. So
You don't want to talk at all. Like,
oh Lord, that's everybody's. But like I said, it depends on the woman, because some women are conditioned and they know they deal with it, and then there's some women who are the cheaters. I seen a video on social media the other day. Or was it a movie? It was something, and it's some guy that does a lie detector test, and he had the woman on there because the man was feeling like his lady was cheating, and she had cheated before, and she had cheated again.
Pause.
Wait, hold on.
Time out.
is he
Homie
calling
just
you out on the
scrolled.
game today?
My dude, hey.
What'd he say?
I'm gonna need a sister
y'all
moment
need-
because my husband gonna be occupied.
He said I'm on the couch tonight.
Oh, is that y'all code for a date? A game date?
Yeah.
I'm not in trouble, bro.
Oh
Everything
my
good, bro.
gosh.
Everything is cool, bro.
Hold on. Oh, we missing these. Oh, they said don't say too much. Scruff on the couch tonight. We on the game. We all on the game tonight. Oh, that's messed up. He ain't in trouble.
I ain't in trouble, bro. I got my permission since signed
Yeah,
earlier.
No, we good over here. Hey, TP.
Terrence Chapman on here said, "What up with my
Oh, what's
people,
up,
Scruff and
TP?
T?" Guy said, "Don't say too much, Scruff."
He dropping all the jewels.
You gotta drop
Hey,
just a little bit, man.
Guy
Make 'em pay
said,
attention,
"Oh, when
man.
we was talking about Earl, he talking about Earl had a lot of love to give." A family that prays together stays together for sure. Yes.
100%.
It depends on the situation, especially when safety is involved. 100. And he's weak. All right. Y'all crazy. But yes, y'all, we going to wrap it up. But I appreciate y'all coming in.
Always.
This was a blast. So I guess it's safe to say after our conversation, yes, it's possible for men to support their woman as she is getting herself together. I feel like it's only fair as long as it's a consistent effort. That
As
woman,
long as she's actually
she's
getting
trying
herself
to get herself together.
Yeah, and that's what he wants. That's what she wants. That's what they want.
Right.
You know, I believe men do that.
And-
I would hope they do that.
And for women, of course, the woman is going to be the same way about her spouse, her significant other, her husband.
Absolutely.
Of course, you know, as long as you're trying, I'm here.
Right.
Because we really can't hold and carry dead weight too long. That effort always has to go in. And I feel like couples and society has to put it out there that it's okay to work through those issues. A lot of times people think that relationships are going to just be fault-free, easy.
Listen, if
Just-
your relationship is 100% peachy,
Where you buy
that
that?
thing
Where they
ain't.
buy that at?
Listen,
Where they buy it at, right? What brand?
is it on sale? Like that's
Give me
nah.
two.
Oh, no. You don't want
Something's
that one.
not right over there. Because
Right.
It every day is not going to be peaches and herbs or sunshines and rainbows or lingerie and Marvin Gaye.
Bars.
Oh.
I'm dropping them today, Meg. the
Wait,
Stallion.
hold on. We might have to get in a booth. Hey, we about to. Hey, you know what? We about to turn this in. We gonna have to. We doing it. We about to stamp this. Everybody got to end with a freestyle.
Bars.
Period.
Well, I dropped a couple of them.
That we got to
so
make that a
I'ma-
part. We got to make that. What you think? No facts given freestyle. So
I'ma just
what you
drop
feel
the
about our
beat.
conversation tonight?
I don't know if you can, but yeah, I liked it.
You liked it.
Yeah.
You liked
It's
it.
informational for me as a young man.
Okay. So are you in a relationship?
Nah,
You just coasting.
How old are you?
18.
Live your life.
Yeah.
Life, brother.
Live your life. Live your
You ain't
life.
gotta lock it down now. You can
Not
enjoy
at
it.
all.
You're in a good space though, because you're doing something productive right now. You're doing something that you want to do. I'm pretty sure this is what you want to do, right? Live your life, dog. Do it.
And you getting a whole lot of game from so many people. You know what I'm saying? So you got
Man, that's what we didn't have.
yes.
we didn't have nobody
Dropping jewels.
at all. Like,
They was stingy with it.
Cause
heck,
it was the no talk rule.
People,
People had a gag order on their own houses and relationships.
you better not say.
You don't tell nothing. You don't tell nobody.
What they say? You better not tell nobody.
Nobody. You know when the lips is closed,
Nothing.
you know it's serious. And I think that's what it is. A lot of people are figuring out, whether it's parenthood, relationships. We all figuring this out. A lot of us, it's our first time, our first go around. Or we may have seen or known people to be married and have success, but we ain't know no ins and outs of it. We just knew that was auntie and uncle that was married, or we knew such and such that was married, or we seen our parents have some, messed up relationships or divorces and things of that nature. But then still in that token, we only seen what we saw. And it was never a sit down moment on, this is how you supposed to handle this situation.
We're gonna work this out.
Oh, this is, or, and I've noticed in our household, like if things get heated, we can sit back and down in front of who we need to and say, okay, this is what happened and this is how we gonna move. And I, apologize so that they know, this ain't.
That's the best though. Like, in a way, I'm the type of person that I don't like to argue in front of our child. Like, that's traumatic.
Right.
And I noticed it because our son will be like, oh, I remember that one time. He can only talk about this one time in his 10 years of life.
That's the one that stuck with him.
Absolutely. And it was definitely outside of our character. But I think it goes back to that built up moment. We just
let everything out.
But I don't believe in arguing in front of children, primarily because they pick up on everything.
Mm-hmm.
They may be watching you. And they may be watching you, you know what I mean? And then especially if y'all coming from a family where you're building and that's not their actual father or not their actual mother. Now they're building up feelings of animosity towards that opposite person because of what you did to my mom or my dad, But like you said, it's sitting them back down and explaining, this is not necessarily this is what happened, but sometimes adults have disagreements. That's been our conversation with our son is, we have disagreements, and sometimes you're not going to always agree with the other person, but you hear them out and let them speak. And then he's big on think about what you say before you say it.
Right.
And I think it has helped him understand because now all the time he's like, kiss mom, or mom kiss dad or hug each other.
They want to see, you want to see that affection.
And we're very affectionate in the household. So, I think it's very important if you're in a relationship. Now, I don't agree with exposing your children to multiple people in and out the household because that's also traumatic. Your child is going to hold on to that. But if you're with someone and you're growing and it's going to go somewhere and it's beneficial for not only you but for your children as well, then absolutely, yes, sit down and have that conversation with them. And allow them to voice their opinion on what they may feel is wrong. And then you can explain that to them instead of them like, well, my mom said I can't say nothing. Because they're going to talk about it with their friends.
Oh, period. It's going to come out to somebody.
They're going to talk about it with everybody.
Yeah, it could just be because they just want to get it out.
Grandma's house, all your business coming out because these kids don't know nothing about what stays in my house or what go on in my house stay in my house.
Hey, everybody be on TikTok.
Listen.
Kid but be done did a whole rap. Mama said this.
Or they done recorded y'all voices and now they doing the voiceover because TikTok is
got a whole
live and well.
Look, you done found yourself going viral. Kids doing what's some little challenges and dances off y'all argument. Like, man, what the
is that me? That is you.
All right, y'all. So look, this is No Facts Given with your girl DJ Breezy. I want to give a special thank you to the Armstrongs for making my first one
more than welcome.
A blast. And my fiance, he in the corner, y'all. He don't want to be on camera. I shouted you out. I put you on the spot. Can't put the camera on you.
You blush it though.
Special.
But he here, that's all that matters. That's support because I know I had some nerves. Yep.
The whole question.
That's what this was all about. So
you starting off right, bro.
So look, y'all, each and every Monday, it's your girl DJ Breezy. No Facts Given podcast on the 419 grind. Monday through Saturday, you can catch the Rise and Grind morning show. Make sure y'all tune in. And if you have not, I'm not sure if the Toledo City paper still has it open, but go and vote for the 419 Grind as the best podcast in the city. We want to make sure we get ourselves put on a map. And if you are a business owner and would like to become a sponsor, go ahead and check us out. Ask about our sponsorship packages where we'll do your promotion. You'll get an ad. Hey, this podcast is on iHeartRadio. It's getting a lot of circulation right now. So
Can I get one out?
most definitely.
I was about to say, baby, you might want to go ahead and let me plug you in real quick.
But we can talk about this. Get a whole segment, you know? And we want it, like, that's what the 419 Grind is about. We're supporting our own city and putting on our own people and businesses. And no facts given on Mondays. We just talk about whatever. It's not, you know, it'll probably be some conversations a lot of people don't want to talk about, but F it.
I want to be here for them.
Okay. Hey, you always got a spot.
Let's be
You
here
see,
for them.
it's 4 chairs in here, 4 mics. All right, y'all. So thank you so much. It's your girl, DJ Breezy. Shout out to our man. Look, we got up and coming producer, engineer, sound. He back here doing it all. And shout out to Jesse. So tune in next Monday. Y'all have a good week.